Back.
Sorry.
That's okay. The Beast is back.
Let us know what happened. Where is you back?
Well, obviously we left these characters last time when he was, William Lewis, who I play, was heading off to the hospital. He was in the ambulance and had taken some serious abuse from Detective Benson's character with a bedpost to the face, thus the scarring that we now see. So we pick them up now. It's been about 8 or 9 months, and we see him again in court. And this episode will comprise of his trial. William Lewis has his day in court, or a few days in court. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very, very good episode.
Let me ask you this episode.
The reaction for the most part was general horror. I mean, it was such a tough episode. It was really brutal. And I was saying earlier to you, I think it's as far as you could really take it in network TV. It felt like a cable show. It felt more like a movie, I think, that episode did, than an hour of network TV. So the reaction, for the most part, and obviously there's a lot of love and passion for the character of Olivia Benson. So when I was messing with her, as I was, I don't think I was the most popular person in the world for a while there. Probably still not. Probably still on a lot of people's shit list. I think a lot of people are excited. I think a lot of people are anxious and nervous about the fact that I might be coming to interact with their beloved Liv. And the reaction to this episode, I think it's definitely a more psychological episode than the other one was. A lot of, obviously, the violence and sexuality was on the table in the last episode, and in this one we're kind of recapping what happened, and it's a much more kind of psychological torture that he puts her through in the courtroom.
Let me ask you this. I mean, in many ways, she really...
I don't think she was at the brink of crossing the line. I think she crossed it quite solidly. She had the opportunity. I was handcuffed to a bed, and she had the opportunity to walk away, to call the police, to ask for backup, and she didn't take it. She beat me severely with the bedpost to make a point. And so obviously that is going to play a crucial role in his defense.
And that's actually where I want to...
Is that up for the court? The dynamic between Benson and Lewis is the same as it was before. They get under each other's skins in a really, really big way. I think he particularly holds a lot of power over her because of what they've been through together. And so he takes her to places that nobody else can emotionally. And we can expect more of that in this episode.
What is it about Lewis good at it? What is it about him?
Well, I think what it is about him, obviously, he's incredibly attractive, very intelligent. And he's an incredibly manipulative guy, and he is hyper intelligent. And so he sees angles before they come. He knows how to play things, and he's very charming. And that's I think the scariest thing about him is that he, unlike most psychopaths, he fits very easily into social interactions, into our society. He comes off as a very normal person, even a likable person, and then commits just absolutely atrocious and heinous acts. And that, I think, is what is really terrifying about him.
I mean, talk a little bit about how...
Yeah, he is unhappy with the way that his defense is progressing, and decides to take the reins a la Ted Bundy, and decides to represent himself, and does a very good job of it.
Would you say the stakes are pretty high for her?
There's no question. She did not treat the situation as she should have. She, as I said, stepped over the line. She broke many rules, laws, and morally was completely out of line with the way that she handled it. Obviously, she was treated horrendously, pushed to her limit, but she didn't behave with restraint, and I think that that's going to come back to haunt her.
Final question. How much...
This episode has been fun. I wouldn't say the last episode was all that fun to shoot. It was pretty brutal. There wasn't a lot of fun in that. But this episode's been fun because I get to play up the dynamic of him looking for sympathy votes and playing up the injury stuff, which is great fun, and getting to cross-examine her and each of the detectives in the court is a lot of fun. So I've had a lot more fun on this episode than I did on the last one. Last one wasn't fun. It was